Red Bull has officially parted ways with Daniel Ricciardo, and it's left fans with mixed emotions. While his recent performance may have hinted at this outcome, it's still tough to imagine the 8-time race winner no longer in the Red Bull paddock. But don't worry just yet. Ricciardo hasn't hinted at retirement. There are still some exciting options ahead for him in Formula One. What could be next for the fan-favorite driver? Daniel Ricciardo is undeniably one of Formula One's greats. Even though his recent years haven't gone as planned, his impressive career speaks for itself. With 8 race wins during a time when Mercedes ruled the grid, and 32 podiums with a total of 1,329 points, Ricciardo has left a strong mark on the sport. One of his last wins came in 2021, during the fierce rivalry between Hamilton and Verstappen, making his achievements even more notable. Ricciardo's departure from Red Bull in 2018 changed the course of his career, and Max Verstappen's rise was a big factor in that. Red Bull has since built a powerhouse team around Verstappen, and Ricciardo's departure left a gap many drivers would find hard to fill. But that chapter is now closed. The biggest question now is, where will Ricciardo go next? Could he still have a future in Formula One? Fans are eager to know if he'll suit up again for the 2025 season. Ricciardo recently shared a heartfelt post on Instagram expressing gratitude for his time in the sport, leaving us all wondering what the future holds for this much-loved driver. Interestingly, Ricciardo has not mentioned the word retirement at all. In fact, the Aussie made it clear that his love for Formula One is still strong. He shared, "I've loved this sport my whole life. It's wild, wonderful, and has been a great journey. To the teams and individuals that have played their part, thank you. To the fans who love this sport even more than I do, thank you." Ricciardo's message was filled with gratitude, and while he acknowledged the sport's highs and lows, he remains excited for what comes next. Ambassador Rowley with Red Bull? What's Ricciardo's next step? The most likely option for him right now is becoming Red Bull's ambassador. This would be similar to the role Lewis Hamilton considered with Mercedes when his contract was nearing its end. Although Hamilton's demands were reportedly too high for Mercedes, Helmut Marko, a key figure at Red Bull, believes an agreement with Ricciardo could be reached. Ricciardo's value to Red Bull goes beyond his driving skills. He is a major asset on the marketing and business side of the sport. Big brands like Visa and Cash App joined Formula One partly because of Ricciardo's appeal. His popularity makes him a valuable figure both on and off the track, which could help him maintain a presence in F1, even if he's not behind the wheel. His influence, particularly in the USA, has made him a key figure for Red Bull. The American market is one that Red Bull has been increasingly targeting, especially with their partnership with Ford. Having Ricciardo continue with the team in a goodwill role would make it easier for Red Bull to establish a strong fan base in the US. Despite the somewhat unceremonious way Red Bull parted with Ricciardo, with no clear announcement that Singapore would be his final race, he remains a popular figure among fans, especially in the States. When discussing the possibility of Ricciardo becoming a Red Bull ambassador, Helmut Marko mentioned Ricciardo's massive popularity, particularly in the USA. According to Marko, Ricciardo wants time to reflect on his future, and Marko speculated that Ricciardo is unlikely to enter another racing category. The bigger question is whether Ricciardo would be willing to take on PR roles if he decides to stop actively racing. Marko, who initially scouted and promoted Ricciardo to Red Bull alongside Sebastian Vettel, was also responsible for Ricciardo's recent replacement by Liam Lawson. However, Marko remains fond of Ricciardo's talents, recalling how Ricciardo outperformed the 4-time world champion Vettel in their shared season at Red Bull. Many believe that Vettel underperformed intentionally to trigger a clause in his contract and make his move to Ferrari possible. With Daniel Ricciardo officially out of Red Bull, the question remains: does he have a future in Formula One as a full-time driver? Currently, the only open seat is at Sauber, and surprisingly, Ricciardo wasn't on their shortlist, even though his position at Red Bull had been unstable for some time. However, things can change quickly in F1, especially with Red Bull's unpredictable nature. Now that Ricciardo's departure from the team is confirmed, Sauber may need to reconsider their candidates for the seat alongside Nico Hülkenberg in 2025. Sauber's current list of potential drivers has been narrowed down to three: Valtteri Bottas, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Franco Colapinto. With two young rising stars on the list, it seems Sauber is considering a shift toward a younger lineup. However, Bottas, an experienced driver, appears to be the leading contender for the seat. While Ricciardo may bring a wealth of experience and marketing appeal, the team may prioritize youth and long-term potential over his veteran status. Could Ricciardo still land the Sauber seat? Although Ricciardo's name hasn't been in the mix yet, Sauber could still update their list of candidates. The team's direction will depend on whether they value a seasoned driver like Ricciardo or prefer to continue with fresh talent. Sauber now faces a critical decision. Who is the better choice for their team in terms of experience and competitiveness? While it's true that Daniel Ricciardo's career has taken a dip since leaving Red Bull, it's important to remember that he has won races in cars that weren't the most dominant on the grid. Although his performances in 2022 with McLaren and in 2024 with Red Bull, where Yuki Tsunoda outperformed him, have cast doubts, that doesn't mean we won't see a competitive Ricciardo again with the right opportunity. Ricciardo is known for providing valuable feedback on a car's performance, even in difficult sessions. This is a quality that could be crucial for Audi as they prepare to enter the sport with their own power unit and chassis from 2026. If Sauber chooses to prioritize experience over youth, then Ricciardo becomes a serious contender for the seat, alongside Valtteri Bottas. While Bottas brings his own wealth of experience, Ricciardo's adaptability and insight could give him the edge. Another option for Ricciardo is to explore other racing series, though he's expressed little interest in doing so. He has been dedicated to Formula One throughout his career, and it's clear he's not eager to switch. While other F1 drivers like Jenson Button and Juan Pablo Montoya found success in NASCAR, Ricciardo has always seen himself as a Formula One driver first and foremost. As he once said when he lost his McLaren seat, "I was born to race in F1." The question is, will Sauber offer him the chance to continue that journey? As of the end of 2022, Daniel Ricciardo made it clear that it's either Formula One or nothing. This means it's unlikely we'll see him in any other racing series. A realistic option for him is to stay within Red Bull's camp and wait to see how the situation unfolds with Sergio Perez, Liam Lawson, and Max Verstappen. There are many factors at play, and it's tough to predict where everyone will end up. With Aston Martin building a significant project for 2026, there's a chance that Verstappen could leave Red Bull. If that happens, Perez might not be the best candidate to either lead the team or serve as the second driver, alongside whoever takes Verstappen's place. However, Ricciardo has hinted that he doesn't feel ready for such a significant role right now. He believes he needs time to assess his future, and retirement may even be on the table after not finishing the season on a high note. If Ricciardo does step away from the sport, it will be a big loss for Formula One. Fans will miss his incredible driving skills, the unforgettable dive into the pool at Monaco after his 2018 victory, and of course, his charismatic smile. He has brought so much joy and excitement to the sport, and it would be hard to imagine the paddock without him. As we look to the future, many questions remain. Where will Ricciardo end up in 2025? Will he continue racing, or will he take a step back? More importantly, how do fans feel about not seeing him in a Red Bull suit again? Ricciardo's journey in Formula One isn't over just yet, and it's clear that his legacy in the sport will endure, regardless of where he goes from here. Let's hope for the best for this talented driver as he navigates his next steps. Share your views in the comments below and subscribe for more such videos.